Good morning. Welcome. It is November 1st, 2022. This is WiLS Taco Tuesday. My name is Jeff Bruner. Thank you so much for joining us today. Taco Tuesday, as you know, is a series of short webinar presentations by our vendor partners to give you some insight into what's new or something that they really want to share with you. This month, we had last moment cancellation. So this month we've got 3 presenters joining us. You can see on our screen our little agenda for today. And really with that, I'd like to turn things over to our first presenter. So Elena, if you're on the line, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that you can take over.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and thank you everyone for joining us today. I appreciate this opportunity. Hello to all the WiLS members. And now I'll start a presentation if you'll hold tight a moment. Sorry about that. Thank you again, and I'm very excited to have shared the screen and showed you some of the amazing vendors that are now part of Docuseek. And with those exciting vendors comes the Docuseek Complete Collection 3rd edition. This is an academic collection. It will be 2,400 titles by the end of December of 2023. And we're very excited to offer this collection. When this collection completes, we will then have our 4th edition, which hopefully will bring you another 600 new titles to the Docuseek Complete Collection. Also, for the K-12 members here, we do have a K-12 collection, which is a curated portion of the complete collection that is absolutely specifically geared to that particular audience. So we do have a wonderful collection for K-12 available. We do not have public library collection currently, but that will be coming down the pike. And here's just a little bit of info, if you're not familiar with Docuseek, on some of our streaming features. We listen and we try to cover all the features that folks have asked for over the course of the years. So now we have Counter. We are closed captioned to 99% of our collection. We do have single sign-on. We do LTI integration. Very excited that our clip making tools were very popular during the pandemic when the flipped classroom became extremely important. So you can embed the film in the course management and the faculty can show clips during the class. So those are just a tease of some of the features of Docuseek. Oops. Now, I want to kind of discuss some of the vendors that are participants a little more closely. This year, we been so fortunate to have Women Make Movies join Docuseek. We now have over 130 Women Make Movies titles, and there are more scheduled to come in the future. So many of you are familiar with this collection. It is an amazing curated collection of content. So they are now part of Docuseek. We also have the Good Docs Complete Collection for you. We're very excited to offer the Good Docs Complete Collection. Good Docs joined Docuseek, and many of you might know Good Docs had the ability to order DSL and host it on your own. Well, now they're part of the Docuseek platform. It is an independent collection on Docuseek, so these titles are available on our platform in independent package. What's very exciting is you can now host these titles for 1 year and 3 year, which was never an opportunity in the DSL world. So we're very excited to offer that. Plus, you can now get their complete collection, which is going to be 225 titles in a subscription format of 1 year and 3 year. So we really are excited to welcome Good Docs as an independent standalone collection. We are fortunate that Good Docs has given us 25 of their titles to put into the Docuseek Complete Collection, and we welcome those 25 titles. So you will get a taste of Good Docs if you subscribe to the Docuseek collection. I also want to mention that Icarus Films, which is one of the Docuseek partners, Docuseek, if you are familiar, was formed by Bullfrog Films and Icarus Films. So our collection started off with Bullfrog and Icarus. Icarus now has a fiction collection made up of titles from all over the world, wonderful feature films from all over the world. And that collection will grow, and we hope to eventually include other distributors' fiction films in that collection down the road. That is what's going to be coming, hopefully, maybe sometime this spring. Also, I wanted to take this moment just to mention that as part of the collection, we also have Collective Eye. And Collective Eye joined Docuseek recently, and we're currently up to about 49 titles. I'm showing you here 4 exclusive titles from them. Hope Hudson and Modified. These are amazing films that kind of fit into the Docuseek personality. So it's a perfect fit. So we welcome Collective Eye collection, and they're also going to be sharing more titles with Docuseek coming up. So these are part of the complete collection, though any of our vendor partners can be acquired independently if that's just what you want. So if you just want the Collective Eye content, we're more than happy to let you subscribe to their particular titles. So those are a couple of the things. One other collection that's part of the Docuseek collection are the films of Anand Pedwardhan. And he is a very important Indian filmmaker. His films have been banned in India, very controversial filmmaker. We are dealing directly with this filmmaker, which is very exciting. And his films are available as a collection, and they're also part of the Docuseek Complete Collection. One other thing is we do have a webinar with the filmmaker that we did during the pandemic. Very successfully, we had 150 faculty members attend this webinar, and it was moderated by faculty. And it's an amazing free webinar on the Docuseek YouTube page. I think there's also a link on our website under the Anand collection that you can share with your faculty at any time. So those are some of the exciting new partners that we have. Then we have something coming, hopefully by the end of the year. Pragda has joined Docuseek. We are busy working to get all their titles up and running. Pragda, if you're not familiar, is another label that only had DSL availability. So we are going to have a separate collection of Pragda, not part of the Docuseek Complete, but independent. So if you have an interest in Latin America, Spanish films and documentaries, this is the collection for you. Hopefully we'll get it set up before the first of the year. So we're very excited to have Pragda come as another independent collection like Good Docs. So keep an eye out for further advertising on Pragda, and we are excited to have them. And here's a little sample of some of the new releases that have been requested this year by many of our campuses. It just gives you a sense of the topics and the style of films. The one thing you can be assured is our films are all award-winning films. They've all been at festivals. These are films that are a must-have for anybody who wants to curate a quality collection. So this is a little tease on some of the titles we currently have at Docuseek. Then one other thing I just want to focus on, if you're ever on the Docuseek site and you want to see what's absolutely fresh and new, you head to the new release page on Docuseek, and here you will see titles by all the different distributors I've mentioned. But some of these will be so new that we might not even have the MARC records yet. So it's a really great thing to stay up to date on what's coming on Docuseek. So definitely check out the new release tab when you're on the Docuseek website. And finally, the major deal, the major thing we have offered this year that has been amazingly successful. Because of the pandemic and the need for streaming, the complaint we've heard from our customers is they subscribe, and by the end, they have nothing to show for their subscriptions. So Docuseek put together a wonderful evidence-based program, whereas you get the entire going to be 2,400 title complete collection if you're an academic subscriber. You have full access to this collection, unlimited usage for a flat fee. At the end of your subscription period, you get to pick 10 life of file licenses if you're a 1-year subscriber, or if you commit to 3 years, you get to select 40 life of file selections based on evidence, based on use, or for some people, based on titles they want to replace in their VHS and DVD collection. And that's a pretty exciting opportunity to begin to curate for campuses that can't afford to own the entire Docuseek collection life of file. So we've had great success with this. So we are excited to bring this to the academic market. K-12 market, we do have a subscription-based program for you. So that is what's offered. So this is a 1-year or 3-year, and due to financial things, I'm more than happy to split the payments if need be on the 3 years to make sure you take advantage of locking in the price for 3 years. I will say, if you do subscribe, we will continue to give you new releases during the life of your subscription. So if we complete the 2,400 titles by December of 2023, we will be happy to offer you the continuing newer releases that will follow. So this is the Docuseek Complete Collection 3rd edition. And at this particular moment, I just want to leave you with some parting words from now retired Chris Lewis from American University. If you love documentaries, Docuseek is an embarrassment of riches. There is simply no other documentary collection on par with Docuseek. And I thank Chris Lewis, and I hope he's enjoying his retirement. In the meantime, if you need to reach out to us, I am the Wisconsin salesperson for academic, and Julie Wang here handles all K-12 markets. So definitely reach out to Julie if you are a K-12 customer. And we would love for you to sign up on our social media so you'll stay ahead of the game when we have new vendors join Docuseek. And with that, I want to thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Elena. I'm very excited about all the new producers and the new options available to members, and hopefully we'll be hearing back from some members about their interest. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you very much, everyone.
All right, so with that, I'm going to kind of reset us and get us ready for our next presenter. Whoops. Joining us today from Infobase is actually somebody who I think I'm just meeting, and that is Lois. Lois, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. Thanks, Jeff.
Hi, Lois. I'm going to stop sharing my video so that you can take over and share yours.
All right, sounds good. Hey, I'm Lois Bacon. I'm the public library business executive. I guess that's what they're calling me today. But I want to give you a little idea of all the things that Infobase does offer. So we're going to look a little bit at the different products here. Streaming video is really popular at all markets. academic, K-12, public. So today, just to show you, we do have a lot of streaming video products. We also have research databases, ebook collections, Credo, which is really a great product for all markets as well, because it really helps students to get into what they need to know and find out curated information. We also have a long list of Infobase reference databases. But today, for fun, I'm going to show you a little bit about our Just for Kids access streaming video. Okay, so this is streaming video that is ad-free, has 11,000 videos, audio titles, interactive games, puzzles, and quizzes, unlimited simultaneous access, so you can use it on-site or off-site for homeschooling. If you have homeschoolers that want to use this at home, that's a great thing to offer. Public performance right to facilitate in-library programming for kids and their parents. And it's broken down into different subjects. So we have TV shows and movies, history, peoples and places, health and PE, math, reading and writing, sciences, and your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. We have some of the best publishers and different studios that have allowed us to use their materials. So since it's Taco Tuesday, the day after Halloween, I looked around to see what holiday is today, and one of the ones that's celebrated is Day of the Dead. So we're going to go in here and search Day of the Dead. And I don't know anything about the Day of the Dead. So I'm going to look at this. I don't want all 9, oh, just 1 second here, 9 minutes, but let me just log in, because I can log in and set up my own information and my own content so that I can use it if I'm doing a presentation with students or with patrons. All right, so there we go. Hi, Lois. So I'm going back to the Day of the Dead, and I want to find out a little bit about what is the Day of the Dead, how is it celebrated, and what I can find out. So I'm going to go ahead and start this video and see if it's one that I want. Before I start it, I just want to point out over here you have the transcript. And this is really nice, because if I want to scroll through here and say, what do I want? I want to know exactly what the Day of the Dead is. Is there something that tells me, oh, look here, about Day of the Dead. So this might be where I want to start my video. So I'm going to go ahead and start.
About el Día de los Muertos. Millions of people from Mexico and parts of Central and South America observe one of Latin America's most popular holidays called El Día de los Muertos in Spanish and the Day of the Dead in English. It is a special time for remembering loved ones who are no longer living, and is celebrated every year from October 31st until November 2nd. People prepare for the holiday by baking or buying special foods. Pan de Muertos, or Bread of the Dead, is a sweet bread baked only for this special holiday. It has a tiny skeleton doll baked inside. The person lucky enough to get the little skeleton and his or her piece of bread can make a wish that will come true.
Okay, so that's the little part that I want then, I think, to show to my people that I'm presenting to or putting together some content for a user. So one of the things I can do, I could share it on a message, I could add it to my playlist, or I can create a new segment where I only have that segment that I wanted to watch. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that for those of you that have it or those of you that want to try it. It's a really nice feature because it allows you to really personalize what you're viewing. So since I did this ahead of time, you have to know when to start it. So I could have gone through and looked for where to start it, but just for time constraints, although I have to go with Alina on this. 15 minutes is a long time. All right, and I'm going to stop it then at 5:32. Because really, I just want to explain to the people that I'm showing this to what is the Day of the Dead and about the little skeleton in the cake. So then I go ahead and I'm going to give it a title. And I could put in as much as I want as a description. So I've gone ahead, I've pulled out the little segment that I want of that particular video. I'm going to create it. And it's automatically going to go to my content. Okay, so let's go into my content up here where I've logged in, and everyone can create their own login. So my Day of the Dead, I can go back then and take a look at it. And it's going to start right where I
And the Day of the Dead in English. It is a special time for remembering loved ones who are no longer living and is celebrated every year from October 31st until November 2nd. People prepare for the holiday by baking or buying special foods. Pan de Muertos, or Bread of the Dead, is a sweet bread baked only for this special holiday. It has a tiny skeleton doll baked inside. The person lucky enough to get the little skeleton in his or her piece of bread can make a wish that will come true.
Okay, so if I go to a Mexican bakery where they're making a Day of the Dead, maybe I'll get the little skeleton and then I'll win Powerball, but probably not. So anyway, that's how you do that. And if I want to do some other content, I can go and create whatever I want. Like I could have created a whole presentation, which I did for WiLS, but it was a little too long. So maybe I want to include, though, with Day of the Dead, some English and Spanish teaching ESL. So I'm going to look at this, show this to you for a little bit of how to do, and I did a little segment of this so that we didn't have to go through the whole thing. But again, this is a great tool if for teachers, for patrons, for homeschooling, if you're teaching English to Spanish, Spanish to English, either way. So we'll just take a quick look at this. And of course,
Amigos, excelente. We are friends, excelente. Somos amigos, excelente. We are friends, excelente. Somos amigos, excelente. We are friends, excelente. Somos amigos, excelente. We are friends.
okay, so that was a little bit of how it works. And over on the side, you see the transcript. You could go full screen. You can also cast to your TV. Again, if homeschoolers are using this, this is a great tool for so many different videos and quizzes and puzzles for them to use to facilitate their learning at home. All right. So just to kind of review what Just for Kids is and how it works. And this PDF is available if you want to access this fact sheet at infobase.com under products, but it really goes through, it's high interest, very active. They have singing and dancing. It's kids safe, simultaneous usage, mark records for every video. And we do add new content monthly, as sometimes weekly, but mostly monthly. And we always let the libraries know when we've added new content. Okay, so then just again, going over one more time, the different subject areas that are covered, ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, arts and music, health and PE, history, math, peoples and places, reading and writing, sciences, and world languages. And if you're interested, we'll be more than happy to set up a free trial for 15, 30 days, whatever you need, so that you can take a look at it, see how it's used. We also offer training of ways to incorporate it into your library usage. That's pretty much all I have today. So it's been great. I can't wait to meet everybody.
Thanks so much for joining us, Lois. Anyone watching the recording, please do let us know if you have any questions. We'll be happy to put you in touch with Lois, get you quotes or trials, just like she said. Infobase and WiLS been working together for a long time. We do a lot of work together, so we're always pleased to get questions from members.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to take us back to our starting screen just to introduce our last presenter today. So our third and last presenter for this month's Taco Tuesday is Alex, coming to us from ClassHook. Alex, are you on the line still?
Yes, I am.
Great. Alex, I'm afraid, do you prefer Alex or Alexander? I always worry that I'm using the wrong name.
You can call me Alex, either is fine, but I prefer
Okay.
Alex.
Great. ClassHook is one of our newer vendor partners, but I'm excited to have Alex joining us here today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that you can share yours.
Sure. Thanks, Jeff. I really appreciate it. And great to meet everyone. We've done one of these before a few months back, one of the Taco Tuesdays. I'm going to be going through really quick overview of what we do at ClassHook for those who are not familiar. And then I'm going to be going into a quick demo of what our platform is like. The theme today, I believe, has been video. So we also do video, and our goal is to help get every student talking in a K-12 classroom using their favorite TV shows and movies. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO, so hi. And my co-founder Joyce is my partner in crime here, working on the ClassHook. Our team has experience both in education and in technology. Joyce was a former elementary school educator. And one of the challenges we've noticed in school is that there's a gap in real world learning. Teachers want students to find their learning to be relevant and important and to tap into their interests. But what we found from the stats is a little discerning. It's actually, most educators think it's an urgent need. 89% say it's an urgent need to have real world learning experiences in the classroom. And just 22% of schools are actually making progress on that. Now, why is that? And that's because two reasons. One, it's very time and not cost effective, but it costs a lot of time and money to bring real world experiences to the classroom. Usually that's in the form of a field trip or bringing in a professional speaker. And so there are a lot of these constraints that they can't meet in those gaps and filling that gap. Another challenge for teachers is that finding engaging content is really hard. And as librarians, you all might also experience this too. When you're looking for content for your teachers, there's a lot to sift through. And products like Docuseek and Infobase and ClassHook are really great at helping you find what's relevant and what you can actually use in the classroom that's safe to use. Because a lot of teachers will go to YouTube, they'll go to Google, they'll go to all these different places that are really not safe for educators and students especially to be browsing content. So 10 hours a week just to find videos for their lessons because of all that criteria. Now, what we do at ClassHook is we help connect content from popular TV shows and movies to the academic world. So we have a library of over 7,000 educational clips from TV shows and movies, and then we pair that with discussion features to help you engage your kids in class in thoughtful discussions, making learning more fun, making it more relevant, and more importantly, involving students in that process. So we often get questions about what does an educational scene look like? So I'm going to show a quick video that lists out all different topic areas and what some of our clips look like.
Okay, who's ready for some science? Y'all ready for this?
One time, a long time ago, this country was a part of England, and we wasn't getting along with them too good.
That would be 40.
40? No, 10. Oh dear, that's no good. See, this is from our vapor stock, but if supply and demand have a big problem.
You want to talk about a supply and demand problem? I sell ice for a living.
Ooh, that's a rough business to be in right now. You're gonna ditch me?
No!
Liar!
I never lie!
Yes, you do! And you know how I know?
Well, actually,
Every time you lie, you turn green.
I do's not.
If I do not use my heater, I will be slowly killed by the laws of thermodynamics.
A branch must have knocked out the power lines.
Fine, I'll see what's on TV.
Y'all ready for this?
That runs on electricity also.
All right, I'll watch a DVD. There's no way that runs on electricity.
The atom is the smallest unit in a chemical element. Atoms are made of 3 parts.
What was this sentence originally?
Oh, they are warm, nice people with big hearts.
And that became their humid, prepossessing Homo sapiens with full-sized aortic pumps.
Wonderful. Well, now that you know a little bit about our content, I'd love to show you the platform. So as you can tell, we are mostly for K-12 libraries, schools, and districts, but we are also open to exploring partnerships with public libraries and other institutions that would see value in offering a collection of these sorts of scenes to their stakeholders, their students, teachers, clients, whomever. So logged into the platform right off the bat, I get some recommendations. So again, ClassHook helps you find these educational scenes in a way that's conducive to teaching and learning. So we bring a lot of information for each video. So for example, this clip from Johnny English, it says that this touches upon elementary school, middle school, and high school. So this is appropriate for those age ranges. And then we do also have subjects that this is tagged to. So communication, figurative language, and then more specifically, this can be used to teach concepts like verbal communication and simile. And we offer that level of granularity for every single one of our videos. So you can look very specifically at a concept you want to teach and find a video related to that concept. There's a couple ways to browse. So you can browse all of our subjects here. We have over 20 subject areas. Many of the core subjects, your math, your history, your ELA, business, health. We have a lot in social emotional learning, and also general life skills here, like digital citizenship, home economics, things that students need to know but are not always taught as part of the curriculum, but that we all know is really important for them to know. I'm going to hop into social emotional learning and show you what the search options are like. Again, you can get very granular, so I can choose a specific age range. I can choose a specific length of clip. If you want content from a specific movie or show, you can even filter down to that. And we also have a cool decade filter where if you want to find content from older movies and shows, you can do that. Or if you want newer. Now you're probably wondering, who's ClassHook most valuable for? Well, we see usage across the K-12 spectrum. I would say that we have a little more usage at the middle school and high school level because some of the concepts are a little bit more difficult for students to perceive and to grasp then. And that's really where ClassHook shines, is helping students understand these concepts and see the value in them. So let's say I pull up this clip from the Andy Griffith show about relationship skills. We accompany you can watch the video right from here. We accompany each of the videos with a description and all of those tags, as I mentioned. You can share this out to your learning management system like Google Classroom, or you can embed it in a PowerPoint or your website or your LMS. However you want to share it, you can do that. We also have playlists where with a one click, I can just add this to my SEL playlist right here. And then that's there in my content. Now, a couple of things we offer. We do also have generated captions for each of the videos. We also do profanity detection. So of course, our goal is not to have profanity on the platform, but we know that some of the shows and movies that students are watching specifically at the high school level do have profanity. And so we'll detect that. We'll show you what profanity is there. And then teachers and educators use their discretion as to whether or not they want to use that content in their class. And just another quick piece there is that we even have a skip profanity feature. So if there is profanity in the video, it will skip right past it. So you can still show students those great learning moments without having to worry about any accidental slips. Some way we're different from other companies is we do provide very short clips. So they're between 1 to 5 minutes. As you can see, this one is only 1 minute and 16 seconds long, really used to get a quick introduction to the video. We actually have 9 use cases outlined here for how you can use ClassHook in your lesson. So as a hook, illustrate a concept, real-world application critique, teach SEL, vocabulary, encourage discussion, and many, many more. So we have a lot of resources for how you can use ClassHook and implement it in the classroom or in your use with teachers. Just going back, I wanted to show some of our discussion features. So this is the discussion platform, how we connect videos to pedagogical practices like active learning experiences and creating discussions. So one of those features is prompts, where you can insert questions in the video at a specific time. So let's say I play the video and I skip to a few seconds here. My computer is acting up a little bit.
I'm sorry about something.
So at 29 seconds, I can ask question, what is the SEL concept shown? If you want to time it or not, you can. And that's great to use in the classroom. So teachers can use this as a think, pair, share activity. They can use it to facilitate discussions, check for understanding, gauge student understanding. And if you're preparing materials for teachers, you can set up these prompts ahead of time so teachers know where the stopping points are. And the great thing is, you might know when teachers had those TV cards or they're showing a movie, they might stop it at different moments. Well, they'll have to record when they stop the clip and when they stop the video. Instead of remembering where to stop it, it'll stop automatically. So at 29 seconds, I'll play the video to my class. And then at 29 seconds, it will show my prompt and stop the video. Sorry, I didn't stop right now just because it's going a little laggy on the computer. There we go. So there's a prompt. You can have a verbal discussion about this, as I mentioned, think, pair, share, all that. We do also have standards alignment. Not all the videos do have alignment, but many do, to Common Core, Next Gen Science Standards, and many others. One other piece on the discussion. So even though I've set up this prompt, I could use it in a lot of different ways. So I can assign this to students so that on their own time, they can go and complete these questions and show to me as the educator that they're understanding the concepts. You could also start a discussion and have students respond to these questions in real time on their own devices. So that was finding a clip, right? That was showing some of the discussion features. I know we have a couple of minutes left. I want to show a couple other features. One are personal clips. So you can bring your own content onto ClassHook. For example, this what is physics clip that I pulled from YouTube. And you can search directly on YouTube. And then the cool thing is, if you are bringing your own videos, you can still use all the discussion features that I just showed. You can still assign it to students. You can still insert questions in the video. You get that ClassHook boost by doing that. Another feature I'd like to show is our vocabulary finder. So our goal is to help teachers level up the way they're using video in the classroom. It is partly how do you find a video, right? Making it easy to find a video, but also how do you use that video once you find it in the class? And so Vocab Finder is one way you can teach students who are maybe ELL learners or who are learning science terminology or just other general difficult terminology. You can use this to help them learn words. So let's say I want to teach the word experiment to my students. I will type that in, and then it will show me all the videos where that word is used and all the captions that use that word. I get to see a little information about the video. I get to see where that word is used in the video and the context in which it's used. So this is great for inferencing activities. This is great for just having students understand the pronunciation or the context in which that word is used. And if I click on the timestamp here, I'm going to go right to that moment in the video where it uses that word.
Whatever. I've tried this experiment already in Pisa.
See, so you can hear how that pronunciation is. You can see how it's used in dialogue. There are many other features we have. I won't show them all now, but you can do a lot with the discussion features on ClassHook. We also have tons of resources, training videos, and help if you need anything. Feel free to reach us at classhook.com. I'm going to go back to just sharing my screen. We have plans for individual teachers. We have plans for schools. We have plans for districts. And there's a freemium model. So you can go on, you can get started with a free account. If you want to use more of the other discussion features and video features, there is a small fee for that as an individual. But I would love to connect with anyone who's interested. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And you're right. This today's session did kind of turn into a streaming media webinar today, so that's really great. I'm really pleased to have had all three of our presenters here today. So thank you again to Alex, to Elena, and to Lois for joining us today for Taco Tuesday. I'm going to go ahead and just remind everyone that we do Taco Tuesday every month. So members can sign up already for our December 6th Taco Tuesday, and we look forward to seeing you there. If you have questions about any of our three vendor partners from today, please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone at WiLS or reach out to them directly. And thanks again for joining us. Have a great day.